I can't see you two though.
Oh, hang on. Okay, one second.
I feel like I need to flip myself. Hang on, am I back to front here?
Mulder.
Gully.
Fucking hell, Purple. Jesus hell, Dan. I feel underdressed.
Trust me, I'm dying. It ain't staying on.
We are both fucking dying.
Why are you dressed up like that?
Mulder, Scully.
Is this the one where you
Detective
arrange
Foxy Mulder Fuka right here.
Is this where you arrange a party, you tell one person to go as fancy dressed?
Yeah.
So I'm basically the dickhead now.
And of
It's
course,
UFOs, isn't it? It's UFOs, Mulder.
yeah,
Scully.
Gully.
Oh, okay. What am I then? The fucking alien.
You can be the smoky man.
The smoking
The
man.
smoking man.
Yeah.
Right, I gotta take this shit off. I'm
Yeah,
dying.
fucking hell.
Honestly, I'm dying.
Jesus.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
I ain't got shorts on.
Oh, bloody hell,
You
Pop.
think
It's
you
been
get
a few.
stripped, did you,
It's been a few years since you wore that shirt, isn't it, mate? Those 3 buttons at the bottom are hanging on for dear life.
Dickhead. I've not seen that before.
Wow! Check out that.
I didn't
afro,
even
mate.
make that.
huh?
Dan wishes he had hair so much. Oh, is that Purple?
That's powerful.
Fucking hell.
You didn't know I was gonna wear this. I made this today in work, just for purple.
Looks like I've got a belly top on and everything. What a no.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome, Ben. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I think the last time we spoke to each other was like fucking what 3 years ago or something.
It was, yeah.
Audibly.
Yeah.
Audibly.
Audibly.
Audibly, that's the one.
Audibly.
Where the fuck did you get that t-shirt from?
I made it in work today.
You made it to work.
Yeah.
I don't even have that merch. But my nose looks even massiverizer from this angle.
It's humongous.
Yeah, you can see it from space, can't you, Dan?
Did I show you?
Have you seen what he's done to this? This is what it's come to with myself and Mr. Grey. We've just had a war.
Yeah.
That's purple Sunday.
I saw
Mondays.
that. Mate, I saw that. When did I see that? I think it was on the video that I commented on.
Yeah, possibly.
And I saw that fucking... Mate, that's genius. It's so good.
Did you see the rest of the war that we had?
No.
It was a thing of wonder. We just had a war going on for a week. And it was
Yeah.
just Mr. Grey as a thumb. Him as Dr. Evil and Mini-Me.
And there was just something I noticed about purple. I thought, I'll choose that.
I'll choose that. It's alright, I've got my nose protector. There we go.
The true,
It hides
the true
it.
sign of a true bully there. Like, look at it, finding someone's weak point.
Hey,
Yeah.
he said I'm short.
You are
I'm not short. I'm not. I'm like an inch shorter than you, purple.
You are homunculin at best.
I'm an inch shorter.
Yeah, a Welsh inch. It's about that much.
Yeah, it's like about
That's
two
why
hands.
Welsh women are so happy.
It's 2 hands. I think it's really good. Honestly, I draw in. I used to draw in my spare time. I've missed it, but I always say a painting is done when you think it's done. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah. Look at that. It's
Hey,
really
mate,
good.
that's actually really, really good, man.
And it's
Let's have a
legit
look at that again. Let's
watercolors.
Let me see properly.
Isn't
It's
that
so
isn't
much
that
better
legit
than the one
watercolors?
when I was guided blind by people just giving me instructions on what to paint.
Even that was
Yeah.
good. Even that was good though. Honestly.
No, that's really good, man. So, can I just ask,
Go on.
whose channel is this going to go on?
This is
great.
mine.
Oh, okay,
It's,
cool.
Yeah, it's a podcast we started ages ago. It was back in January. No, Pablo.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, I think I was in Pablo's stream as a chatter, not on his stream, and I can't remember. We were always talking about movies or something.
Yeah.
No, we were
then we-
live streaming.
Oh, were we? Yeah,
I've seen one of yours. I've seen a lot of one of
It
yours.
was this one. I'll tell you exactly which one it was. Watch his face.
It was this one.
Oh fuck yeah! Don't do that. I remember
No,
now.
I think what was it you were talking about? I can't remember what it was you were talking about now. But it's
The
quite
first-
interesting.
The Phantom Time Hypothesis and the
Yeah.
Tommy Westfall universe.
Yeah.
That was the first one we did because we were chatting like,
Wow.
oh, we love talking about conspiracies,
Yeah.
and we thought we should do
Obsessively.
this. We should do this on a podcast. You know, it might be just a one-off, and
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. And it's been going ever since. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we do try our best to stick to a subject. It never happens.
We
Hey,
Never
look, mate. What I was
happens.
going to say is like, you know, my knowledge on UFOs is literally, I see something and I go, ooh, low. Like, you know, I try not to well, I don't want to go into it too much because obviously we want to save it for the podcast. But my knowledge of it isn't. So if you're going to ask me loads of high-tech scientific questions, I can give you my opinion, but I don't know any in depth.
Before you go any further about UFOs, I am going to ask you a couple of questions first to gauge your not your knowledge, but your interest in them.
Yeah.
Ready?
He does this.
Well, I could be fully interested, but just not know shit all.
No, that's fine because I ask the same things to Parple when I'm about to talk about something.
Right. Yeah.
Probes me.
If you wanted to talk about like the paranormal and stuff like that and my opinions, I'm up for it because
perfect, yeah.
over over the time on YouTube, I've sort of it's morphed into a different idea, right? So my channel is, I think most people know, is purely and always has been entertainment, you know. And
so before we go further, I want to ask you a couple of questions, Ben. If that's all right, about UFOs now. Like I said, we'll talk about. We might not start about UFOs. We might end with UFOs. We just talk shit.
Let me just bring up Google so I can answer these questions.
No. It's about no. These are questions about you and UFOs. Ready? Right. So, do you believe that UFOs exist in the universe? Not talking about the Earth now, the planet, in the universe. Do you think there's an alien or a possibility of an alien species, or once was? Or
yes.
Like
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Next question. Do you think aliens are visiting us right now? Whatever answer you give, trust me, it's a fine answer. It's just to gauge.
Oh, it's not as simple as a yes or no.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I wouldn't be able to bet money on it. Like if someone said put your house on ever aliens are on Earth, I'd be like, fuck you, no way. But I would say
chuck a tenner on it.
I suppose that's a good question for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll branch off in so many different things, in so ways.
The podcast started 5 minutes ago, by the way.
Did it?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me that.
I said that I'm pushing record.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Don't worry. He generally has to cut a lot out because I speak.
I have to cut a lot of Parple out, unfortunately, because the things he says.
So did you even like? Okay, what have I said? Hello to anybody? Yeah, hello.
No.
Even the intro.
Hello,
He doesn't do that.
Okay, he doesn't do an intro.
The intro rarely comes right at the beginning. This is a world.
Right, so we're recording now.
We're recording. So this is the wonderful world of Mr. Grey podcast, which I named that before I was going to be a regular with Parple, so that's why Parple's not in the title. But today we finally have our first ever guest. Is Ben from Caspersight. Welcome, Ben.
Hello, mate. So this is the intro, right?
This is the intro.
This is the start.
Hey, what's on, everybody?
Wave like Mr.
Hey, Parple. Hey, Dan. We've been here for fucking 2
Jazz
hours
hands.
already.
We're going to get the jazz hands.
Yeah, double jazz hands.
Yeah, no, hello, mate. Really nice to be here. I've been looking forward to this, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
So, just in case now there's people out there who don't know what you do, what do you do?
I'm a YouTube creator. I create content on YouTube. Some would say I don't because I react. But
I think the reaction's fine, by the way, because a lot of my stuff is reacting to stuff, so I think it's fine.
I think Ben should call himself an influencer.
Oh yes, that could be
You
nice.
could be an influencer.
But no, I cover everything to do with like the paranormal. It started off with purely the ghost paranormal area, but now we've sort of branched out on the UFOs and like a little bit of conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and weird stuff like all around the world, nature, how things go crazy. Just a bit of a mixed bag, really. And it's so refreshing. It really is, because like I say, it started off like for 2 years, I would say, just purely ghost paranormal.
Yeah.
And so touching on something now that, like beforehand, the paranormal area was just literally a jump from horror gaming, people like me freaking out. So, okay, let's do some real paranormal, and I'll freak out there, and which it bloody did. So it wasn't really a sort of, a ghost real, a paranormal real. I didn't really have an interest like that, so to speak. But yeah, it's just now morphed into Caspersight, the channel that I have a bloody laugh and a joke around, and branched out to UFOs and weird stuff, paranormal.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mr. Sight.
Yes.
Did you consider any other
Continue.
names before Caspersight?
Oh Christ. I mean,
Actually, what does Caspersight mean, by the way? I actually don't know.
So
I think you can work it out.
I know Casper Ghost, I know, and I know that.
And he can see.
But it
'cause
might
he's
not
got
be
sight.
that. It might, because World of
He
Mr.
didn't,
Grey...
he didn't consider werewolf ears as his first fucking name,
Oh,
did he?
World of
No, I'll
Mr.
be
Grey, people think it's about something else. It's nothing to do with what they think it is. Trust me.
No,
You did used to be a pervert.
No.
I'll be honest with you. It's been so long now. It's got a little bit grey. Excuse the pun, Mr. Grey. But originally, Casper. I for some strange reason, I've always liked the name Casper, right? And I used to be really into skateboarding, and
nice.
my idol was Rodney Mullen, and
Nice.
he did the Casper flip, right? Where you basically get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
board, flip upside down, you
Yeah.
skate along on the tail. And I could do that in my small town, Newquay. I could do like some Casper 360s and things like that, a little bit of freestyle. And I remember hanging out with some American friends from the RAF base, because I used to do some American football. And they all had nicknames, and they said, "What's your nickname?" And I know you're not supposed to give yourself a nickname, but I said Casper. So Casper's come from that, right?
That's a hell of a nickname, man, I gotta say.
Yeah.
You are brave to put that out as your nickname when
Yeah,
you're a bunch
you really,
of
really
American
are.
footballers, I must admit.
And
Better than mine. I was just called Junos.
but I also like I said before, I'm sort of like maybe going against what I said now, but I used to be very much into paranormal, like very much into spiritualism and things like that. So this is maybe why Casper, the friendly ghost, had a certain ring to it. So I
Yeah.
definitely knew Casper, and I put Sight on there because there was a long time ago where I actually felt like I had some sort of connection with like
I
the
do
spirit
remember
world.
you. I remember you talking
Yeah.
about this in a video actually when you were younger, growing up and stuff. You know, you like you said, you thought you had a connection and stuff.
Yeah.
and- yeah. I remember. I do remember you saying.
So I just thought Casper Sight, you know?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It-
I suppose
well-
that works.
Yeah, I suppose it works, yeah.
I suppose it worked out pretty well for you, didn't it?
It's doing all right, yeah.
Originally, it was just called Ben.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably a good channel out there called Ben.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, but yours is purple. Yours is like for the pirates, isn't it?
Well, I like pirates, and my favourite colour is purple, and that's
Well,
where
but
that came from.
The thing with Parple's name, I've told him loads of times, is wrong. People,
Why?
I get messages all the time. Can you let me know what Parple's channel is? I've tried searching for it and I can't. I say you have to put double R in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Parple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because people put
Exactly.
single and they can't find his channel.
If it was Spanish, it would be purple.
The first thing that Mr. Gray ever said about me, he made a video, and he mentioned me in a video, and went, his name's Purple, it's too close to purple for my
It's
liking.
way too close to purple.
And somehow we became really good friends after that.
But I get messages all the time. We can't find Parple's channel. Can you let us know? I say you have to spell it this way. And yeah. So anyway, Ben, UFOs.
Yes.
Have you seen anything right now? In your little reacting journey with UFOs or whatever, YouTube journey. Have you ever seen a video which you think, I think that's real?
I've seen a lot that I think are real UFO videos. Whether they're alien UFO videos, I don't know.
That's it. That's the question. Seeing, and could they be like military?
I think that a lot of them, like, the round ones, like the balloon type ones.
Yeah.
The
Chinese weather balloon.
Yeah, the
Harry Potter's auntie.
the slow ones maybe. I think that they might be sort of testing these things, but I think they're the ones that dart around in supersonic speeds and cloak themselves and all this sort of stuff. I don't think we're quite there yet, and so I've just got to assume that these may be alien technology.
I read an interesting article the other day. You might know this as well. By the way, before I go further, I love UFO stuff. I love it. I've since I was a kid when I first started watching X-Files. I noticed that poster right behind you. I wish I had that
Yeah.
poster. I love
Great,
it.
that, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Great.
And that's what I'm like with UFOs. I want to believe. I want to believe UFOs more than
absolutely.
anything to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read a recent article. Now, this was a thought experiment by Harvard University scientists. Have you seen this?
This has come out recently, right? A couple of weeks
It's
ago?
like
Yeah.
it's like the last 10 days it came out.
Oh,
Pablo, have you
yeah,
heard of
yeah.
this one? Have you heard of this, Pablo?
I haven't heard of this. No.
Like I said, it's a thought experiment, but they've come to a certain conclusion that aliens could be, no, that's the word, right? Could be not from outer space, visiting us across light years, different galaxies and what have you, but they could be future humans with stealth technology. Stealth technology, living on our planet as we speak right now, and sometimes they look like us, sometimes they don't, sometimes they come up for a little peek. And I thought that was like I said, it was a thought experiment. It's not them saying what it could be.
Right, okay.
But it was really cool, though.
So this is what
I can't buy
confused
into
me.
that one.
So this
Sorry?
is what confused me. Because, sorry, Purple.
No, carry on.
I when you said about have I read the article or whatever, I haven't, no. But I did
You've
actually
probably
cover
heard
that. I covered it on a video.
Oh, did you?
I think
Oh, okay.
I think News Nation covered it, right?
Yeah.
And then they gave 4 possibilities.
Yes.
And what was it now? Was it on the video that I did with Trump and...
I haven't watched that one.
I think it is, yeah, because it starts off with that one.
I did find it funny, mind, because I obviously follow you on Twitter. I saw your tweet. I hope this video doesn't get political. You're going to
Yeah,
picture of
man.
Trump
And of
and
course it
Biden.
is, like-
Of
course
course
it
it's
does.
going to get political.
I did that once. I featured Donald Trump for 5 seconds. Right, just that. You remember it, Dan? It was the video where he's talking about the dog, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, "We had this beautiful canine, or as I like to call them, dogs." As if he
Beautiful
names
canine.
the dogs. It's
Lovely
beautiful
canine.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so funny, man. If you say, I hope this doesn't get political, when you put those in, trust me, it's getting
Yeah.
political.
But
Everybody in the
I
comments was like,
literally, I literally said at the beginning, this is purely about the topic. I don't care who you like, who you don't like. This is purely about the topic, and it just so happens to be 2 presidents.
Yeah.
You know, because I thought if anybody's like, it's very good. It's okay that creators make videos about aliens and UFOs. UFOologists create videos and things like that. Harvard University does theories and all this sort of stuff. But when you have 2 presidents potentially talking about UFOs, it's sort of it should go up in the priority list of I need to probably listen, you know.
Unless
That's
it's
why-
George Bush Jr. This is the guy. Seriously, did you ever see George Bush Jr.'s inauguration?
No.
Right? Just before he gets onto the microphone, YouTube it, and I swear to you, he goes, "Hey, Stevie," and waves at Stevie Wonder, the dude that's been blind since birth.
But no, I also, going on your president's thing, I haven't watched that video yet, but they're going on the president's thing with Biden and Trump, they should know about government secrets. And obviously they know some secrets, but someone said, I read it somewhere, someone, like a comment of a video or something like that, and they said something interesting. And they said that when it comes to presidents, they get sworn in, they got 4 years, if they're lucky they have 8 years. But they obviously get some secrets told to them. But at the same time, if something is so secret, would they really tell someone who's only going to be in power for 4 years?
Well, that's a really good point. They're probably not, right? And
No.
And this is why. Look, we're going to go into politics now, but they,
I know.
they did mention about, is it the deep government or
Deep
some
state
other
government.
deep state government,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're right. I mean, it's a shame to think about it, but generally speaking, now I think obviously they have power and they make decisions and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of people may consider them now as literally the voice. They are literally the person that tells the world what other people want them to know, and that's pretty much it. It's a shame. It really is, because like, it makes you think to yourself, well, what's the point in voting?
Yeah.
Who do I vote for then? But
Because I remember...
it's too political. Chop it out, because I'm gonna.
No, it's
I've
fine,
already
it's fine.
probably had 20 subscribers unsubscribe now because of that.
That's okay. That's my entire subscriber base. Follow me instead. I'm not political.
Yeah.
Double
No,
my subscribers.
It's not political. We're talking about government stuff. Yeah, we're not on.
Yeah, we're not talking political.
Yeah.
We're talking government.
Government. I hope this video doesn't get political. But no, I remember, right? I remember before Trump got sworn in the only time, sorry. He was doing his campaign trail, obviously, right? And one of the things he kept saying is, I'm going to open the UFO books, it's going to be so good, and everyone's going to know about UFOs and aliens.
To be
And,
huge bar.
See, Dan actually starts now to use his real voice, apart from his fake British voice. Right?
Oh yeah, my fake British voice, I forgot about that. But no, he was saying that the entire campaign trail, and then as soon as he got sworn in, nothing. Going back to UFO, what you just said then about the technology, where did we get to technology? You know the stories, like they say we got Velcro from aliens, right?
Velcro, really?
Yeah, that's one of the. Well, not from aliens. Sorry.
It's actually called Hook and Loop, by the way. Velcro is a brand. Hook and Loop is the actual correct.
Well, I didn't see. I
didn't know that. See,
I didn't know that either. Is it like the same way people call Hoovers all the time?
That's right. It's a vacuum. Yeah.
I did not know that it was a hoop and loop.
Is it the same
I
way
only
as the
know that.
Bosch
I literally only know that because in Screwfix, I think I had to make some POS, and I put like fucking Velcro for whatever, and they're like, take that down. It's not Velcro. It's Hook and Loop. Oh right. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, hook and loop. Apparently, we got from using technology from the crashed Roswell ship.
Really?
Apparently.
Ben got it from Screwfix.
Yeah. Well, no, Screwfix got it from the Roswell. This is the thing, but it's all connected, Pablo. It's all connected. We got tinfoil.
Why? I'm just trying to think. Why?
Now, tinfoil comes from the film. That was actually that whole conspiracy came from the film. They combine aluminium film with something else in space, and it is the perfect film, isn't it? Because it only combines in space, and it's an alien metallic, and it's a film you can scrunch up, but it just flattens out again into a solid metallic.
Yeah,
what was the film?
I can't remember.
I remember seeing that as a kid in school. We got to think about this because I'm trying to think what they would use
silicon chips we've got from. And by the way, I'm saying this like it's a fact. It's just what people say, right?
I would imagine because it was quite revolutionary. It probably came out at the period of time, so they just connected to
Well, that's
I don't know. It could be handy for aliens because if you imagine they do a probing, right, and they've got really girthy fingers. How do they seal it back up? Hook and loop, straight back together with the butt cheeks. Send them back down. Put them in a field. That Prince Albert one.
The only thing I thought that they actually got from the Roswell was digital, right? That's what I thought that they managed to get.
Sky Digital.
No, not Sky.
On digital.
The thing with
like
Roswell,
zeros and ones. What is it?
The binary.
Binary. Sorry. Yeah.
But no, the interesting thing, what people say about the Roswell stuff now, right, is that, like you said, the technological advancements kicked off from the 1940s, just around about the same time as the Roswell incident. You had the Manhattan Project with the atomic bomb.
Yep.
Yeah. In the 40s, kicked off in the 50s. You had color TV, and stuff like that. There's all these technological advances all started to kick off a bit in the 1940s, and people say it's because of the Roswell stuff, and we got a lot of tech from the.
It's when the Disney Crystal first came about as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first came up with the Disney Crystal in the 1940s.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know the Disney Crystal? Me and Mr. Grant
I know
love
exactly
the
what
Disney
you're talking
Crystal.
about. Yeah.
So there was one film that was an absolute phenomenon, and that film was Mary Poppins.
Oh yeah.
And if you watch Mary Poppins, where they're dancing with the penguins, there is you can see the dancing, the penguins in the cartoon where they're dancing.
I don't think I've ever seen it from start. I remember him.
What?
I think she flew with an umbrella. I remember that bit. He tap danced a little bit. That's all I remember.
Well, basically, there's one scene, and they obtain a perfect green screen and blue screen while still having green and blue in the film.
What?
And what it
Wow.
is,
And see-through clothing as well.
And see-through
Maximum
clothing.
masking, please.
Yes.
And
yes.
the way it's done by dual projection. So they created a crystal, basically, which projected the light, so it split the spectrum of the colours going one way and
What?
the white light going the other way,
Yeah.
and then it joins back, and then it creates the perfect mask. But they actually lost it in a fire, and they could never recreate it ever again.
That you sounded like the moon landing.
Yeah, but it's completely true. It's like well documented.
Wow.
There's books
Yeah, yeah.
about it, documentaries about it, and they've never been able to recreate it. And Corridor Crew, one of our favourite channels, managed to do some kind of recreation and get quite
Yeah.
close to it.
Wow, that's really interesting, man.
See,
That's
that came from
crazy.
Roswell, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad you brought the moon landings up, actually. Right.
Don't you dare.
No. What do you think about the moon landings?
Oh man, I go back and forth on that. I go back and forth
Give
on
us your
that.
current
because
thoughts.
all I would say is that for me, and I don't know whether this is because algorithm cookies that feed me these things and stuff like that, but there is more evidence to say that they didn't than they did.
Right.
Like there's more buts than than explanations.
I think I know some of the butts you're talking about. It's because I've seen the exact same butts as you. I'm firmly in the camp, by the way, that we landed on the moon, right? I'm firmly in the camp we landed on the moon.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right, yeah. But the butts you're talking about, right, is I've seen them because you've seen the photograph with the crosshairs of the photo behind the rock and stuff like that. You've seen that,
Yeah.
I assume?
Yeah,
You've
that's
seen,
one.
yeah, there's that. There's the no crater below the lander.
Yeah.
There's that. But there's
lots.
perfectly good explanations for those, though, that when you actually look into them.
Okay.
So those kind of butts, when you
Yeah.
look closer, they think, actually, it's, I
But
see why it's there.
but there's a hell of a lot.
Oh, there is a lot. I agree.
But how
There
about
is a-
the
even
metallic
down,
reflector?
even down to I saw a I hate to say documentary. It was an explanation. It was a theory, a question, I should say.
Oh, okay.
It was purely down to the amount of sound that a rocket generates and creates when it fires off. It would be literally impossible for those people to be in that shuttle.
Not with the vacuum of space.
No, I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're talking about takeoff,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you,
yeah,
still
yeah.
get, you still get the same thrust.
No,
but the
takeoff.
atmospheric pressure.
Like,
The atmos-
I saw it was like quite a detailed. They were saying like people just onlookers would have to be X amount of miles away just to look at this because of the sound and stuff like this. They would, and even they were saying even in steel, concrete, and whatever, the sound would literally it'd be like a shell shock to their body.
I don't know, because obviously, Dan, so I served in the military, and even in a close proximity presence to what's essentially known as a sonic boom, yes, it is quite harsh.
but you can survive it.
But you
Yeah.
kind of acclimatize to it, and I'm sure you've all been. I don't know if you've ever experienced one.
I have
it's-
actually.
Yeah,
No.
it's different. It's shocking, and obviously you get exactly the same kind of pressure wave that you would get from.
But how many
launch.
decibels is a rocket launching back then
But this
in comparison to?
because you got
I'm only saying because I'm not
Good
saying
question.
if somebody told me, oh, it's because of this, or no, actually because of this, I'd be like, all right, okay. I wouldn't be upset and fighting the corner if somebody said, here, Ben, here's the proof that we actually did land on the moon. I'd be like, all right, I sort of thought we could have. Yeah, okay, whatever. But if somebody said, here, Ben, here's the proof that we didn't, I'd be like, well, I thought so.
But where do you stand on the reflector? Because we know the reflector's been there since the landing. So there's a laser reflector on the moon. So basically, you could since the moon landing, you'd be able to fire a laser at the moon, and it's given us the pressures and the stasis of the moon. And that laser comes back. Basically, it's actually, I think it featured in an episode of The Big Bang Theory as well, but it was an actual thing.
Oh, right, okay. So when did they put that on there then?
That actually went on
I
the
think
moon,
it was
didn't it?
the,
Yeah.
I don't think it was the first one. I think it was the 70s. I think it was the 72.
Was it?
or
I thought
something.
it was the first one, but I might be wrong.
Maybe it was. Maybe
Check.
it was. I don't know. But no, going on the thrust. You know, if would it damage the body? You had the Saturn V rockets was the ones they used back in the 60s,
Right.
and they're massive, humongous. But you also got the SpaceX rockets now, and
Yeah.
we've sent people up on those, and they are, I'm pretty sure they are larger, or if not close to the same size as Saturn V's.
And they actually use a different. They actually use a different rocket fuel as well. They're a collagen-based, calorified rocket fuel.
Yeah,
as
I know-
in
no,
comparison to what it used to be.
I know they're not exactly the same as the Saturn V,
Yeah.
but my point is, you're still getting this. You have to have
You get the same amount of thrust.
Amount of thrust to get off out the Earth's gravity atmosphere. You have to have the same amount of thrust. And obviously, they probably got stabilizers, you know, in the newest rockets compared to the 60s.
Yeah,
But even
they're
back
lighter
then-
as well, though. They're a lot lighter too.
They possibly are. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
mean,
they're a lot
the,
lighter. It's just down to the materials.
Well, it
Yeah.
would be, yeah.
The Starship is going to be the heaviest. That's the heaviest rocket we have ever sent up. By the way, I've seen the
And the
test.
Death Star was pretty big.
the Death Star.
But they just built that up. They just built that up there. What gets me is where did they put the scaffolding to build the Death Star?
It's in space. You didn't need to.
Yeah, but where do you put it in? It's got to start somewhere. Where do you put your first piece without it floating off? So when you Lego, imagine, right, you're in space now, so turn all your lights off, get your Lego out, get a piece of Lego, right, and just try and hover it in the air. You try and
Is it-
control that.
It's
Never
in
gonna happen.
space.
Told you Star Wars overrated.
Don't get me started on that.
I've just googled it. Apparently, the decibels was 204 decibels.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, 98 decibels
And-
will probably make you deaf, but they do have ear defenders and stuff on. You know, they're
Yeah.
protected.
But I think I can't remember. I'll have to try to find, or you can find it. And it was they actually did a breakdown. You know, when they sort of like cut something in half and they can show you the materials of how things. They said these materials at that point in time, at that like 1969, 204 decibels would have literally just fucking melted their insides.
I mean, the vertical
but-
slice of the ship you're talking about.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that's one example, and then it's like the band that they had to try and get through, and
The Van Allen belt.
yeah, the Van Allen belt.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. And then it was the like the car on the little Jeep thing. And then they
The Rover.
and then there was things where somebody like got up and it looked like he's literally being hoisted up. And
that's the next-
what I'm saying is, and also how they just lost the technology. And there's so many questions. It's like, really? I'm
I've got
trying
something.
to believe here, guys, but you keep on throwing stuff at me.
I've got something that
You
I think
know?
you'll love. Right, one of my favourite shows growing up was a show called Mythbusters. We've all heard of Mythbusters,
Yeah,
Jamie
yeah.
Hyneman. And they did an entire moon landing double special where they take all these questions and they show whether it's possible to have been faked, which they come to a conclusion that some is. And then, but it actually shows that, and it actually shows in detail why it looks that way. And they go through everything, like they hire the studio.
but
It's a fantastic episode.
The thing is, when it comes to, you know, they're saying they had Stanley Kubrick was the one who faked the moon landings. They say that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Stanley
And he's
Kubrick.
got Easter eggs, didn't he? A little Easter eggs in The Shine.
In The Shining, yeah. And, you know, it's, all right, it's cool, right? It's a cool little hypothesis. But if you look at 2001, Space Odyssey,
Yeah.
brilliant film, right? Brilliant film. The technology at the time was great. Amazing. The space, you know, it's how Star Wars got its look.
Yeah.
It's from 2001 Space Odyssey. You look at that, and then you look at the moon landing, it is nothing like it.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it. You know, as good as Kubrick was,
I mean, The
could have
Shining
made
was
some-
shit, but you know.
The Shining was amazing. Don't listen to Purple. I love
TV
The
one was
Shining,
better.
right? No.
I don't think it was as scary as what people thought. You know, The
It
Shining.
was when I was a kid, and I've read the book 3 times. That's scarier.
You've read the
trust me.
book 3 times, man. You
I
need to
love
get out more.
I love the book.
Hang
The
on, he's read the
is
book 3
amazing.
times. It's taken him 4 weeks to cut his lawn, though, so imagine how long that took him.
It's because they got shit streamers.
Oh god.
But no, the theory is that Kubrick was the one who filmed the moon landings. You look at the moon landings compared to 2001.
Didn't he make a video that he did?
I've never seen that video.
I'm sure I've seen an interview of him saying he did.
What, he made the moon landings?
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen some clip of him saying that he made.
I haven't seen that clip. I'm gonna say it's. Have you seen it recently?
I would say
Yeah,
maybe within the last year.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Like it's an old video. It's an old video.
Yeah, I don't believe that video exists.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
But like I say, but sometimes this is what I'm saying though, guys. Like sometimes I think I need to see more evidence to prove that it did exist. So I can make a better judgment, because I know that sometimes when I do see, questions are answered and I'll be like, oh, okay, because it was only 6 months ago. I was thinking, I think there could have been, like I'm so back and forth on it. It does my head in.
Well,
I wish I could just be like, no, but
this is the thing, though, and this is why I always say, with the internet, as good as it is, there's a lot of liars out there. There's a lot of liars out there, and that's the problem.
yeah.
Because people putting out enough information about the moon landing is fake. Look at this, and you get enough people saying, "Oh yeah, look, it's fake," and you get enough people saying it's fake. Then it just starts the ball rolling. It's the same with flat Earth. It's the same thing is happening with flat Earth. Although I think flat Earth's going off.
I think that's on another level.
It's going off the edge a bit.
Yeah.
But no,
that has gone a bit far. From a 4chan practical joke, it went a bit far, didn't it?
Yeah,
now there is one theory which I would probably say out of them all, I am more strongly thinking. The theory is that they did go to the. This is what I may believe, right?
What are we talking now? Moon landing or flat Earth?
Sorry, moon landing, right?
Okay, right.
No, I'm not going to be defending.
I panicked then. I panicked.
No, there is the theory goes that they did go to the moon and they did do everything that was said. However, the footage and photos got damaged, and they had to recreate those images somehow, and they fucked up, and they quickly did some shit, and people called them out for it.
I know exactly what theory you're talking about. Yeah, I have viewed that as well. I have viewed that.
Which is viable.
That's more believable, right?
Yeah, that is
Yes,
believable. 'Cause I did
definitely,
exactly that on Thursday. We were filming a golf day with the celebrities down in Sussex, and someone forgot to switch the audio on, so we got 4 hours of footage with no microphone.
Oh no.
Well, it's just like that film which came out a couple of years after the first moon landing, Capricorn 1, with Elliot Gould, which is a really good film. Have you seen that one, Ben?
No.
I have, yeah.
It's a classic film. Watch it. But it's basically the same thing. The film is about these astronauts who are going to go up to, I think, is it to Mars or the moon? I can't remember now.
I think it's Mars, isn't it, in Capricorn?
Yeah, I think it's Mars, yeah. They get on a ship, and then the government says, you need to get off the ship. But they drive them to a movie set to pretend like they're on Mars, and that's
right.
It's a really good film, and it's the same premise as who faked the moon landings, filming the moon landings, and the theory where he said that we probably did go to the moon, but they had to reshoot the moon landings. That's completely plausible. That is plausible, because. To get with the cameras and footage, coming from going up to the moon and coming back, could absolutely have been damaged. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah.
Are there any other conspiracy theories, Ben, that you like so much that you think, I can subscribe to that one? Like out of all the ones you've gone over, there's one that you really that one I can buy into.
I think there's.
Because we love conspiracy theories.
Oh, we love them. No matter how nuts they are.
The thing is, right, like talking about conspiracy theories, but I think that sometimes talking about conspiracy theories, and this is, I suppose, some downside about having a larger following, is that you have to be careful about what you say, not just because of it might hurt the views, it might hurt the subscribers. It doesn't. It becomes a bit deeper than that. You can offend people, right? And it's not just offending your mate or a couple of people down there. You can offend the masses.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to do that. So there's some conspiracy theories that really do, for some people, really touch a nerve.
Which ones are they?
I
want to know now which ones these are. Don't worry, it's fine.
I can't think of any. Name some conspiracy theories. I'm just trying to think.
they poisoned I think it's in San Francisco. They poisoned the water in the 60s.
Yeah.
To see the effects of a certain drug
That was
on
more
the population.
yeah.
I think it's San Francisco. I could be wrong. I'm going off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
I think that it's scary. It's scary to say nothing. The thing is, right, in this world now, nothing surprises me.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not me.
true.
And this is why I think so many conspiracy theories can be believable, because nothing surprises us, right?
Yeah.
We have built this world on distrust.
Yeah.
We can't trust anybody now, and so literally you've just got to try to wade through all the shit to try to find a conclusion yourself. You know?
I personally think all conspiracies should be on the table, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
By the way, the one where San Francisco poisoned the water with a drug, that turned out to be true. By the way, that wasn't a conspiracy. It was a conspiracy for years, but then it was found out to be through government documents. It was absolutely true. I can't remember San Francisco, but it was true. But I do think any conspiracy. I mean, if it's the only conspiracies I will never talk about is like current events, like a missing person conspiracy, or someone who's gone missing, and then you got these fucking ITC channels saying, "Oh, I contacted him," and you fuck off.
The Illuminati.
That kind of stuff I wouldn't go near. But I think any other conspiracy, whether they're right or wrong, whether they're believable or not, I think they all should be discussed, because I think it's interesting for a start.
It's like, I mean, I think you could, if you went back through all of the conspiracy theories, you'll probably find that a lot of conspiracy theories ended up having some element of truth, or if not just true. You know?
That is true, though. A lot of conspiracy theories throughout, those, like I said, I was a fan of the X-Files when I was a kid. I used to have these unexplained booklets delivered to my house every single month. I had, about that thick. I was obsessed.
Wow.
And they would have conspiracy theories in them as well, growing up in the 80s and 90s. And then a couple of them turned out to be absolutely true. They found out in the 2000s, oh yeah, actually, that was true what happened. And
the Queen was a lizard person.
She was a lizard person.
She was a lizard person.
That's what David Icke started.
David Icke,
yeah. David Icke.
I mean, he's a reliable guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Somebody sent me the book that he's done, like that, mate. And some of the things that he was saying like 20 years ago is happening now.
But do you remember the main thing he said 20 years ago?
I remember the main thing he said.
The main thing he said 20 years ago was...
What was that?
So first of all, he said the world was going to end. Then he said then he got the dates wrong. And then he got the date wrong a second time. And then, just to add a little bit of... He then said, don't worry, I'm Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well,
I remember when I was in the newspaper as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know
can't
that
be
at all.
Jesus, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what pisses me off about the world ending, right? And I've said this before in
The heat,
videos.
because you're ginger.
Because I'm ginger, the heat, right? But no, more importantly, is the amount of times the world has been predicted to end. And like, get the date right. If you're going to say it, get something right.
Yeah.
Because I said this in a video before, when I was growing up as a teenager, I believed in everything. I believed in everything. I believed World War III was going to happen in the 90s. I shit myself constantly. Every time an airplane flew over, I thought, this is it. That's the nuclear bomb's about to drop.
It's scary, right?
I was paranoid as shit. And then every time someone would come out in the newspaper, obviously there was no internet back then when I was a kid, when something would come out in the newspaper, so-and-so was predicted the world to end. And the panic I would have was out of this world, because I believed everything.
But the thing is, I think that it comes down to the individual, right? And it's not whether you believe in something or disbelieve, or you panic or you don't panic, or you try to think with a logical head or whatever. We are all completely different. And just because you might believe in the moon landing and I don't, for example, it doesn't make you more intelligent or you more like it is how our brains just work, right? And it might just come down to, maybe it's because, I don't know, I'm a Pisces. Right, but maybe because I'm just like, my imagination is quite wild in comparison to some people who are quite methodical thinkers. Like, maybe it's just, I want to hear that, and it sparks my brain patterns to go, oh, that sounds interesting. I like the idea of that, you know? we're just trying to get on in life, aren't we?
Yeah. as everyone who watches my stuff and everyone here knows, I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. I try to rationally think about things, what's going on, not just paranormal, but other things as well. But trust me, I want to believe every single thing.
No, I believe in everything apart from aliens being on Earth. But I'm a massive believer in the paranormal.
Yeah.
So do you two believe in
Love after love. Sorry.
do you
This is the
believe
part I have to cut out.
do you believe more in ghosts, paranormal, or aliens? Or I think you just answered the question there, Dan, haven't you?
I lean more to the alien stuff. I'm not saying I believe in that, but I lean more to it.
I absolutely believe there has to be some kind of alien life. And as I've said, I always use the same line. I think it would be ignorant of me not to think that.
Yeah.
Like just because of the sheer gravity and size of the universe. Ghosts, I do believe in, but in it's a very different way. I think you didn't quite understand it until I explained it.
What do you mean?
Because I believe in ghosts in such way that it's almost Newtonian at its core.
Oh yeah.
So everything subscribes to entropy. Everything that's born dies, but also at the same time, everything that happens has every action has an equal and opposing reaction. Yeah. So the same should be said really for death in circumstances. So the action of death would certainly cause even if it's just at its most molecular level, it would have some kind of ramification on existence as it is.
Are you two religious?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
I've said this.
My
to
nose
Pablo.
says different, but not at all.
I said this to Pablo. Remember, Pablo? I was explaining my little theory I had to myself, and you were starting to think I was going to be talking like some guy. I can't remember his name, but anyway, the body has an electrical energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? A small amount, obviously.
Yep.
But it has an electrical energy, and they do say that when you die, that energy has to dissipate.
Yep.
It has to dissipate.
It does.
And it doesn't just go away. It's blends out.
Yep.
So what if, like I said, I'm a skeptic, but I'm open to all possibilities. What if that is the energy which goes on? I'm not saying it comes visit you and starts knocking your cupboard doors open and stuff like that. But what I mean is that electrical energy goes on and exists in a different way. That's
I would totally.
the next
I
plane
would.
of existence.
Yeah, I would totally buy into that idea. Absolutely, because for me, logical, it makes sense, right?
On a scientific sense, that makes sense to me.
I think one of the most beautiful things that to ever exist in the universe is when I think I've said this to you before. So just for sake of you, Ben. So if you take your hand like this and just put your hand up in the air, and then if you just move that hand just in front of you. Just move it in front of you.
Are you going to get me to do something stupid?
No.
He's going to get you to do that.
Just by doing that action, you have simultaneously moved every single proton in existence everywhere, all at the same time to make way for that. No. It's not the butterfly effect. It's just making way. It's just the way that the protons interact in the universe. They have to make way for every movement you have. But if you think about it from an awareness perspective, just that simple movement changes everything in existence. So therefore, it's not too far-fetched for your electrical mass to move in the same way. And that is, I suppose, where I sit on that kind of... that there must be some kind of something.
I believe that's...
Go on.
Go on. No, I believe that's as scientific as you can ever get about the afterlife, if you ask me. That's what I think.
Yeah. But why can't it leave? Why can't something leave yes, it's almost stone tape theory-esque, but why can't something, when something happens, leave a residual recording? Because other things leave a residual recording. You just have those things, like I've said to you, what sense are you using when somebody's watching you?
That's a caveman sense. That's a caveman sense.
It may be a caveman sense, but it's still inexplicable.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was younger, and I was speaking to somebody who's just a complete skeptic, and he's an intelligent guy, and he said to me, "So when you die, Ben, so you think your spirit leaves your body and goes to heaven, right? Okay. What about when your dog dies?" Well, yeah. Your dog goes to heaven. Okay. What about your pet gecko? That goes to heaven? Yeah. Grass, trees, like where does it stop?
That's a good question. That's actually a good question.
It is, but it's more of a hypothetical. It's along the lines of when does a pile of sand cease becoming a pile of sand if you remove a grain every single time?
Yeah,
it's that it's.
I do actually know an answer to what you were saying then, Ben. Like not myself, but what I've heard people say when it comes to moving on or afterlife stuff is ants can't go to heaven, right?
Why?
No,
They're one of the most important creatures on Earth because they provide the methane for our universe.
How dare you, man? I'm going.
Yeah, it's because ants don't live in Wales.
Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought process. Right, this is what I've read. And this is what people say. Shut up! I'm trying to explain something. So anyway, so dogs can go to heaven. Cats can go to heaven. People obviously can go to heaven. This is the explanation I've heard, right? The reason trees can't go to heaven, even though they live in, whatever, grass can't go to heaven, ants can't go to heaven, is because they're not sentient. They don't realize their own existence. That's the theory I have heard.
Yes, but ants can technically scream.
No, I know
and
this.
They can see what colour shirt you're wearing too, apparently.
But no, that's...
Although they trip out and turn into a marijuana plant after looking into that thing. You've got
that's just the face.
That's the explanation I have heard people say, the reason why there's only certain living species which can go to heaven.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but then the counter to that, aren't we all supposed to be connected with the same sort of matter and, nature, Mother Nature?
That's the Lion King you've just quoted there. Isn't it, Ben? The circle of life.
I mean, no, we did come all from stardust. We're all made from stars, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
But, okay, so look, let's digress slightly. Because I do want to carry on talking about UFOs. You've asked me like my thoughts earlier. I don't know whether you were recording or whatever.
I was, yes.
What about whether they are alien UFOs that we're seeing,
or future humans? Is that the one?
Oh yeah. Well, that's another topic. But I was going to ask, because you are more of a believer in the aliens. Do you think, then, I'm going to take it back to you, do you think that the aliens could be in those UFOs? These ones that go supersonic speeds, cloaking, and...
My brain tells me no.
But that man's telling me no!
But at the same time, how can one person, how can I say that the thousands upon thousands of accounts over the years, how can I say they're wrong? How can one person say they are all wrong? Because I do believe, I believe there's a lot of fraudulent stuff out there. There's a shit ton of people out there who just lie for fame and lie for money. They make up stuff just because they want to feel a bit special. But I do also think there's people out there who genuinely think something probably could have happened to them. I'm talking about like aliens visiting or getting abducted. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like... Whenever you listen to an account and you think that's fucking nuts, that's nuts. When they start explaining their accounts, stuff like I was gone for 5 days, I came back with a full blown bleed and smell of alcohol. It was weird, but but when you actually read about proper accounts and they genuinely believe that they were abducted, I don't know. How can I say I'm not there? I've never spoken to them. I don't know them. How can I say no? They're all wrong. So that's the way I look at it when it comes to the alien stuff.
I was generally more open-minded. So I've never told anyone this before.
Pablo's an alien.
No. So when I was a kid, right, I watched this film, and the backlash of this film was I used to go outside when it was dark. I used to sneak downstairs. I must have been like 6, 7 years old. I'd sneak downstairs, unlock the back door, and stand in the garden in the hope that an alien would flash me, and I'd see if an alien did it in my sleep. And I swear to you, I used to put sunglasses on my table and do this to see if I could move them, just like John Travolta in Phenomenon. I must have done this for 3 years.
What, you mean to see if you can move something telekinesis, you mean?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I get flashed by the alien so I could move stuff.
Right.
Well, that's an amazing film, that.
It was almost obsessive for years that I tried it. Not once
No,
did it
no.
happen. Did I get bummed by an alien? Don't know. I might be girthy round the back.
But no, I'm the same. I've looked up praying to see something, or I said this in
You're doing the wrong thing. Praying for the. For
I
Mr.
know,
Jesus.
I know. But no, I said this. I said this story before when I was in my 20s. I was working with this company, and we had to go fitting double glazing. And one day we had to go out into the country. It was pitch black. It was in the winter. It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought I saw a UFO. I was stunned because I was watching it alight in the distance across the mountains, and I saw it moving slowly, then move slowly, and then go really quick upwards. And at the time, I thought, oh shit, have I finally seen a UFO? Because at that time, like I said, I believed in everything. And then it occurred to me after that, I think, oh no, actually, it moved about the same speed as a helicopter. I couldn't hear the helicopter. It was too far away. But that was my thought afterwards. It was probably a helicopter.
It was a UFO.
But that was the only time. That was the one time where I genuinely, at the time, at that instance, I thought, shit, I'm actually seeing a UFO. And that's the only time I've ever had with that, But honestly, it's the same with ghosts. I would love for it to be real. I would love for them to be visiting us. Maybe they are. I don't know. But me personally, like I said, because of the internet, you can't believe pretty much anything you see on the internet. That's the problem.
This is the thing, because I think that, when I do my reactions or I cover paranormal and stuff like that, it's a really difficult one, because it's not just like saying, oh, do you believe in ghosts? Because if you believe in ghosts, then it sort of spirals. Well, then, are you religious? And then do you believe in other things? And what could these ghosts be? Are they good? Are they bad? They could be entities. They could be, some people think that aliens are like evil spirits, demons and things like that. So it to say I don't believe, I don't like saying that I don't believe, Like I said, if somebody gave me proof, I'd be like, oh shit, right, okay, cool, And this is why I think that I've always taken it with a pinch of salt, with a bit of entertainment. It's a bit of a laugh for me, But when it comes to the aliens and the UFOs, because I believe in it, I take it a lot more seriously. And I don't know if you've seen it's a massive contrast between my reactions to and my videos about UFO. I don't piss around at all, really,
Like me.
No.
yeah.
I think it's more plausible for a start.
Yeah,
Myself.
but it's funny because since reacting to paranormal, I believe it's almost counterintuitive, because I believe less in the videos that I'm seeing over time, right? I believe less and less because I see so many fakes.
Yeah.
Less and less and less and less. However, because of the community that send me things and talk to me, and I have more of an understanding about the paranormal world, I believe in it more. So you would think that because I believe in it more, I should believe in what I'm seeing more, but I don't, because I know how YouTube is, the internet is. They just want to make fake stuff, get it out there and things.
Yeah.
And it's funny actually, because I wanted to tell you guys about this. It was since I've been reacting or making content about UFOs and aliens, I was actually in the shower and the penny dropped for me, right? Because yeah, I know, don't get excited, Purple. I understood why debunkers do what they do, right? Because remember a long time ago, many moons ago, I said debunkers, a bit of a party poopers, right?
It's party poopers. It's why it's in my my bio on my YouTube channel, because of that video.
Yeah. And I did, and it's wrong of me to have thought that, in a way. I suppose in some areas of pure entertainment, pure just having a laugh, yeah, maybe. But on the other side, because of how strongly I feel about aliens and UFOs, I remember scanning through videos, trying to find UFO videos, and people sending me stuff, and I was like, "Fuck, it's another fake one." Like,
Yeah.
no, that's fake, man. Bloody hell, and it pisses me off. And I thought to myself, these people out there making fake fucking UFO videos when I just want to see real stuff because I know that it's real. And it was just like, ding! Shit. That's what people see in these debunking videos. They believe in it so much and they want to believe, and they absolutely do believe it 100%. They get pissed off with people creating fake channels, fake clips, because they want
to see the real thing.
And absolutely, yeah. They want to say, see, I told you, this is real, it happens to me, so I get it. I totally get it now. It took me some time, but I get it.
Well, no, when it comes to my debunking journey, I've said this before, I literally started making a debunking video because I was watching Nuke's Top 5. I was hungover at the time, it was on a Sunday morning. And I thought, and at the time, even though I was still a skeptic back then. Even though I watched them, I got freaked out with them. I used to watch them and
me too.
That's quite freaky.
Yeah.
And then one morning I was watching Nuke's Top 5. I weren't that sure who he was at the time. And like I said, I was hungover and I was watching. I go, oh, a lot of shit. I was like, I can see the string. I can see all this shit. I thought, I'm going to make a video about it. And that's what I did. I didn't set out to be...
You can see the string, really? I don't think in all my
Honestly,
videos, I don't think I've ever seen a fucking string.
This was 2019 when the videos were shit and they didn't know what they were doing.
They didn't know I was on Chills the other day.
Yes, you were, yes.
I was number 11 on Chills.
Number
really?
11.
Yeah, so we were on a paranormal investigation, and I grew a spine all of a sudden because we heard this. So I was in the pitch black. I was upstairs. I was doing my usual thing. I was a bit bored, so I was having a dance to myself, right? But then all of a sudden there was like this when I say a massive bang, it rumbled through the house. I was like, "What was that? What was that?" And then it happened again. For some reason, I just started to run after it to try and find it.
Wow.
Turns out that it wasn't a ghost. It was just some urban explorers trying to get into the property.
Did Chill say it was urban explorers?
He did, yeah. He actually says
right.
that it was another group of urban explorers.
But no, like I said, my debunking parts, I made a few videos and I thought, I really enjoy it because I enjoy breaking stuff down. I've said this before because I'm a fan of film. When I was a kid, I used to watch a film. I'd have the VHS of the behind the scenes if I could. I'd watch how things are made, and I enjoy breaking down effects on videos. That's why I always do it. But at the same time, I do genuinely sometimes. And even though people didn't, watch my videos and say thank you for making this, I believe them. I'm glad you showed me, that they're full of shit. And I appreciate that because there's people, like you said, there's people out there who just want to see real stuff. They want to get rid of the fake stuff. They want to believe that there's real stuff out there, and can't fault them. But when I don't make debunking stuff that much these days because, like I said, I think I've seen pretty much everything I can to break down. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
And I just stopped because I got bored.
Yeah, but I do sometimes feel like a party pooper. I genuinely do. Because sometimes I look at the clip and I think, that's really good. Yeah. And I'll see people enjoy that clip. And then even though I'll still say, oh, look, I guess there's the mask. There's where he transitioned in with dissolve. I'll still say it. But at the same time, I think, I've just spoiled a bit of fun for some people. And I do genuinely, sometimes I do genuinely feel a bit bad about it. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm just breaking the videos. I say it in my bio. I'm not debunking the paranormal. I'm debunking fake videos that are saying they're paranormal. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I'm not.
My proudest was about this. I won't obviously name the channels, but I've actually debunked a certain amount of channels, and many of them sent me an email afterwards thanking me for doing it so nicely, and then telling me what I got wrong and what I got right.
Yeah.
One of them, I got everything right. And then they just sent me an email. They're like, "Thank you." I was like, "No problems. You're not hurting anyone."
Yeah.
The way I try to see it is I try to see, like, YouTube's a tough game, right? And to get there, it takes you guys know what it takes, right? But I
I don't,
don't.
because Wasteland got there. Mr. Almost a Million.
What I what I don't like seeing is the creators that I don't think. I mean, there might be a few, okay, but I don't think many of them, or most of them. I don't think most of them intentionally try to hurt people, right?
Yeah.
I get why some people could be upset because of when it comes to financial things, when people are financially supporting them and they're believing in this.
Yeah.
I get that, right? This is where it gets a little bit grey.
Yeah.
But I do think that most of them just want to be on YouTube, and they want to be YouTubers.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
And they want to just create content. And they started off this journey making a couple of cool videos. Let's fake a couple of cool videos in a forest, and it's cool. No shit, man, that one got 1,000 views. Let's do it again. And then it gets bigger and bigger. And I don't think they intentionally went, right, fuck it, you lot. We're going to make videos. We're going to fuck off the whole community of the paranormal because we hate them. You know? I just don't think it's going to be like that. And so I think that it does get to a stage of where maybe they do feel a little bit of guilt about what they do once they get to the stage of where they're like, oh shit, we've got a lot of eyes on us now. We're doing this, you know? I don't know. I just try to see the best in people.
No, I totally understand that, because I have had people contact me saying, can you have a look at this channel, please? I look at it and it's got like 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
I won't go near it because as far as I'm concerned, they're just starting out, just finding their feet.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to, maybe they just want to make fun, paranormal, spooky videos.
Yeah.
You know, they might be faking something, but if they're just having it for fun, I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine. I've always said, if I see it on a top 5, it's fair game. It's fair game, right? If it pops up in the top 5 when I'm making a breakdown last videos, it's fair game. I'll say, right, I think it's that, or I can see it's that. And I'll move on. But if there's a channel trying to have fun, like Tim Morosoff, I bring up all the time.
Yeah.
I bring up Tim Morosoff. He's
Yeah.
amazing. He's one of the spookiest YouTubers I've seen.
First time I ever saw him was on your channel, Ben.
It freaked me the fuck out when he was on this, and he's like, the camera, he's like holding the, I was like, what the fuck am I seeing, mate?
Yeah. But,
you know,
because there's people out there who are saying you can't become famous unless you make fake videos. And that's just untrue. Sorry. It's true to a certain extent, but what I mean is you have to say I'm real, but then you fake something. You can't become massive unless you say you're real and then you fake it. That's not true, because Tim Morosoff puts a disclaimer up at the beginning of every single one of his videos that, look, what you're seeing is not real. And people keep fucking saying to me it's because of Russian YouTube laws. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, for a start.
well, he actually doesn't say that they're fake. If you read, it doesn't.
I think he might have changed his mind. I haven't looked for about 3 years now, but he did have.
He definitely did. The translation was that.
Yeah,
because there's Russian at the top and there's at the bottom. He says he does it for and he explores for entertainment purposes and what you. I'm not claiming this is all real. I can't remember. He diverts around saying it's fake. He doesn't say it's fake. I'm sure.
I'll have. No, I know he might. Like I said, I haven't looked at it for. He might change it, but I will have to, not right now, but I have to dig out the video I made about 3 years ago, and I think I broke down like a masking of his. It was really well done, but I broke it down. And the disclaimer, I'm pretty. No, you see, you got me doubting myself, but I'm pretty sure it says.
There's not one word that says fake.
No. He doesn't say fake, obviously, but he says. I'm
gonna get it.
He does mention that he's a filmmaker in that one. Is that the one because he talks about because he's a filmmaker because he's credited?
Him and Dark Horse Paranormal are both filmmakers. They got a channel called Nerve Paranormal.
Right.
What's it say? I'm curious to see what it says right now.
My name is Tim Morozov. I shoot entertainment videos as I travel completely alone through mysterious, mystical, and simply abandoned places in search of the unexplainable. The video is created for the purpose of entertainment and in no way claims to be real events. Enjoy your viewing.
That actually has changed since I last read it. But what you got to remember is, right? All right, let's just say he's got to say that because he's got to say it, right? Have you seen the video of him with a crucifix and a shotgun running through the forest?
Yeah, man, that was like one of the last videos. That was brilliant.
That's what I mean.
Rambo in that, mate.
You see Rambo's the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that was brilliant, man. And like,
that was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. That was
there's
entertaining.
part of me that wants to go back to his videos. You know, now that like I say, my channel's morphed. It really has, and I think I said it on a live. It's my community that's allowed me to or actually morph the channel, because I suppose I was in a sort of like a little box at some stage, because yeah, it genuinely scared me, these videos, because like I say, the little child in me just like fucking this could be real. This is crazy. It's like watching a horror film. You know it's not real, but it still fucking scares you. You know, turning off the lights, you're a little bit sort of, you know, but you know nothing's there.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, yeah. But I suppose then, because where the, I suppose, comedy element came into my reactions, it allowed me to escape from, like, not escape, but
Branch out.
not even branch out, because I was feeling more and more like these videos were becoming just sort of, I was getting numb to them.
Yeah.
Because I was under the realization, actually, I don't believe these anymore. Like these top 5 ones, and you know, the TikTok ones and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a few, even still to this day, and some channels are just like, you know, okay, there could be something in there, you know. But it allowed me just to focus on just making people happy, right? So I didn't have to be like, oh, I've got to find the most realist. It's got to be real. It's got to be real, because I did actually stop reacting to Tim, because I was being bombarded saying, Ben, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And I was like, oh shit, I was genuinely gutted. But now I can literally play these paranormal videos and just be at ease, because I'm just having a laugh. And they still get me sometimes, and I can still crack a joke. And people are happy, you know?
I literally jumped yesterday in a video I put up yesterday. I jumped a mile. Because what was it? Who was it? Oh, Nuke's Top 5 video, actually. It was like, this bloody guy called Adventurer Jazim.
All right.
And
one of my kind of YouTubers.
yeah. He looked at this part, and his little girl came close to the camera. I jumped a mile, almost had a heart attack. So trust me, I still get scared.
Yeah. Mate, my last video, mate, shit me right up. Literally yesterday's video, I was like, holy shit balls, man. I've been jumping left, right, everywhere, mate. But it does. I haven't seen Nuke's Top 5 in like 2.5 years, I think.
Really do it now.
Sorry, Dan.
Go on, no, sorry.
I was talking the metamorphosis of the channel and the changing. Like not many people know, but you actually helped me, Ben, didn't you? Like really, when I was going through a bit of a tough time, like mentally with the channel and whatnot, we had a chat, and you know, you gave me some, you gave me like a moral kick up the ass, and you helped me just like focus my energy in the right ways. And now, like, I think Dan might disagree. I think I enjoy what I do more now than anything, whether it's like the guy who wrangles leprechauns or just like painting pictures with people, or the quiz nights, and it's just become something totally different from how it started. It's so much fun.
I said to you, Ben, on Twitter. I said to you, Ben, on Twitter, when I can't remember the question you said now, but I said to you, as long as people enjoy your content and you're making people smile, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's true. But I think, you know, Parple, he does appear to be happier, right? Because I think that it must take its toll when you're trying to, you know, do something which is expected of you, to create these particular videos, to call out this person, you know. It takes an individual. I'm not saying it's a good or bad. It takes a particular type of individual to be okay of doing that, right? You know, because they see it as that they're helping the community or whatever your thoughts are. But I just see you, mate, and what I said to you is
a pushover. Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, you're a happy guy, and I think that you feed a lot off of like good energy, right?
Yeah.
And most people do. Yeah. But I just think that you and Dan, I think, have both got something that there's going to be a certain time, there's going to be a video that pops, and I can see it happening with Dan already, where you know, you're starting to get itchy feet, I think. You know,
For the last 2 years.
You're starting to, like, Parple's experimenting with his painting and stuff like that. You know, he's a great talker. He can communicate. He's very quick, witty. Dan, you're the same. You're quick and you know, you're witty, and you're getting itchy feet. And I think that at some point, you just have to think to yourself, what am I doing? And this is this is
what you said to me.
Yeah, this is why. When I started doing the gaming, and I was doing it for like 4 years, over 4 years, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here, man? I'm doing all this time, effort, energy, money into this. What have I got to lose? Who's really going to judge me? Like, at that point, I had 15,000 subscribers. And yeah, I sort of connected. I knew some people by profile names and things like that. But I thought, well, who am I doing this for? Right? I'm doing this to enjoy it myself, to create the best content as possible, but also to give myself a better life, to be happy myself in creating, right?
Yeah.
So I just thought, well, fuck it. I'm going to do something different, against the grain. And I enjoyed it. And other people enjoyed it. And even the people that I thought were going to doubt me enjoyed it. And they went along with the ride. And, you know, we're here now. And this is where I think, like, there's going to be a big transition with you two. I think
that's what I think happened with me. I think, like, I was kind of shocked that I think the community I think it's both. We both have. I think out of everybody in the entire circle, I think myself and yourself don't have a very, very shared community. Like, you know, with what we get lives and whatnot, there's a lot that cross over in both of us.
Are you talking to me now? Or
yes,
Ben?
yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
I'm saying mine and yours. We have a big crossover,
Yeah.
And it's the same crossover. That it doesn't matter whether we do like one of our skit videos or we're doing live. They'll always be there, and we've got that really good, solid foundation base. Well, just there, just for a good time.
Yeah, well, what Ben was saying about itchy feet, I've said this so many times.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
So why I don't make full-blown debunking videos anymore, because like I've watched so much stuff over the years, almost 6 bloody years now, right, when it comes to the paranormal shit. And I honestly was close to stopping everything to do with breakdown analysis, everything to do with them. I brought Bingo Bollocks in, that brought me back in.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching it now in a different way. I'm not watching it, breakdowns happen naturally. I still enjoy the odd one or two. But no, I love playing Bingo Bollocks with people, and people enjoy it, you know. So
that's great, you know. And I think you've also got to play like the YouTube game, right?
Absolutely.
I noticed you came up on my homepage about the Hoctor girl, right? So you know you're hitting a trend there, you know. So
sometimes I will absolutely go after the trend. I have nothing against going after the trend.
You've got to play the game.
Yeah. Sometimes I will.
You've got to, and the thing is, if YouTube, which you clearly are, you're serious about YouTube. You do sometimes have to try to push yourself, push the limits, see what you can get away with.
I try not to do that anymore, I'll be honest. It never works out well for me. I'm banned in Russia, and I have been for a year and a half now. That's not even a joke.
He gets banned from his own
Dan has
Discord
to watch the
sometimes.
live streams because they get removed after an hour. I got a live stream removed because I got accidentally slipped a nipple out.
I can't believe that. It's like, Ben, come on this podcast. We'll talk about UFOs. I think we've mentioned it a couple of times.
I said to you, this is the way it goes all the bloody time.
Yeah, it's fine, man. I like it.
But no, going on the push-in part, like sometimes, I'm not against clickbait, but sometimes I see clickbait telling me, you fucking, how dare you let my eyes just read that clickbait title? It's like, it's so clickbait. And sometimes see, that kind of thing. But sometimes I'll do my own.
I don't know what you mean. However, I have stopped doing that quite so much.
I haven't.
And I only take shots of actual clips of the video. So if I am doing that face, it's because I've legitimately done that face.
That's how I do my thumbnails. If you see me like that, it's because I made that face in the video.
I waited for Dan to say he hated it and then made an entire folder of photos of me doing different faces.
But no, I sometimes do clickbait myself, but I do it in a fun way, like the Hawk Tour. The Hawk Tour.
Yeah.
The Hawk Tour was a 2-second clip I inserted into the video. Honestly, that girl, I've watched that video probably about 50 times in the last 5 days.
I think that's a little bit too much, mate.
It's
You're a bit lonely down there.
Every time it comes,
same fucking Hawk Tour again.
I don't know if Papa knows what I'm talking about because I don't know
I haven't
if he's
seen it because you know I've been like
You haven't seen it. You have.
It's the
No,
best.
I actually haven't. So like the last.
She's got caps out now and clothes and merch.
She's got merchandise and everything about it. But she's a girl who got interviewed like about I don't know a couple of weeks back, and then it started going. The thing she's saying is hilarious.
I've got to watch it.
So
I need
funny.
to watch it.
Watch it later. It's so funny. It's only like a minute long. But no, I'm not against a clickbait title. I'm not against a clickbait thumbnail.
Oh, so literally, you just put that clip in and use that. That is.
No, I put that is not. Yeah.
So your content wasn't anything about her. You literally just put that fucking.
No.
I don't think I've ever gone that low. Have you, Papa? Have you gone that low before?
No. The context of the video, I said, let's see if we can hot two on some ghost videos. That's what I did because she was on my mind.
That's borderline, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so bad.
You gaslighting
That's
me now.
Jay Station.
It's like, hey, I said before, bullying is not going to work on me. Right? It's not going to work.
Let's see if we can trump Parple's video by this video.
But I like the fact that bullying is not going to work at me. He's put my face on a T-shirt with a pride flag behind it.
What's this? What's this object Biden me? I mean, by me.
But no, I'm not against clickbait. Sometimes some clickbaits on certain channels, they piss me off so much. It's like I almost died in 5 minutes, and look at these scratches. That kind of stuff doesn't.
I am happy to say that I don't think I've ever intentionally done a like hardcore clickbait. The only thing I have done, which I got rinsed for, really bad. Yeah. I put it was what's that spirit woman, the ghost woman, the succubus. Yeah, succubus.
Definitely a hot tour in that one.
Right, so I put the video was about a succubus, right? And this apparently is a spirit, which is a beautiful spirit that sexually like jumps on a bloke and does her thing and leaves, right?
That's why Dan believes so much. He's waiting for a visit.
And so I thought, okay, glamorous like goddess type ghosts, like I put Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Right? On the front cover when she's got the snake around her and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And, man, what's this title? What's this thumbnail, Ben? Wow, Ben, thumbnail. Change the thumbnail. I was like, Jesus Christ, okay, all right. So I had to zoom it in and just have her face, But I thought, maybe I'm going to give this a go. Could be a little bit of a clicky thing. Didn't work.
Do you remember my clickbait one that wasn't clickbait at all? Everyone just thought it was the haunted, the haunted vibrator. So I put a 10-foot dildo in the thumbnail, and nobody even put a dislike.
This is why you get banned, Purple.
Yeah.
But still, to this day, that is the one video that's got 100% likes on it.
Wow. Wow. There you go. Yeah. But okay, so look, I gotta try to bring it back to UFOs.
Go on. Yes.
I don't mean to like take over your podcast, mate.
You're like a really good bad influence school teacher on us.
Trust me, I'm happy for you to get back on track because Purple always puts me off track.
So, the temples, the pyramids, the pyramids.
Right.
Aliens, technology making the pyramids. Do you believe in that? No? So how do you think that the pyramids were made?
About 500,000 workers, Egyptian
You reckon?
Workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the geometry's good, but it was done before the Egyptians as well. Like the Mayans built the most obnoxiously large clocks and calendars to build off base 20, which were just the remarkable. Still there now. So there's the snake wall, isn't there? And the snake wall, the sun rises and sets. So, you know how base 20 works?
No.
So base 20 calendar is simply a calendar that was created because you had 10 fingers and 10 toes. Yeah, but they actually evolved this into Gregorian calendar, and the day, and if you do this with your knuckles, yeah, and your up knuckle is a 31 day, so you do January, February, March, April, May, June. Every up knuckle is actual, and it was built the same as the snake wall basically, and that's how they built it. But they did it on a larger scale, so it'd tell you what time of the year it was, and that's where they got the months from. And they built that, you know, way before the pyramids.
So that's like saying that this bridge, which was built 200 years ago in Cornwall,
yeah,
someone comes along and tags it with their name. This tagger built built the bridge. He's just a rebel, just tagged the pyramid.
But no, with the pyramids.
I just remember seeing a Joe Rogan podcast, and I can't remember what his name is, and he says, "Do you know how big the slope would have to be? A fucking big slope."
Is it Graham Hancock?
To bring up the fucking the cube of stone.
Yes, but but
he said it'd just be impossible.
I think it's impossible. Well, I can't remember. I'm going off the top of my head. I think that they weigh like about, it's like 4 tons or 3 tons or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, per brick, and they had it from a limestone quarry. I think it's like 9 miles down the Nile or something like that. Right? I'm going off memory. They had hundreds of thousands, and they weren't slaves, by the way.
They put hundreds of thousands on it. So it looked like a big cornetto.
There's records they have found where, you know, they had actual artisans and workers doing it. They weren't just slaves and stuff. They were actually paid, you know, people who built the pyramids. And then but they like, well, how did they maneuver these massive bricks into place? Obviously, we don't know for sure.
Wheelbarrow.
No, we don't know for sure. But you get enough manpower to do anything. You got enough people. You know, you can do it.
But
when you B&Q it
in millimeter sort of perfect.
But they knew
laser cutting, Rizzler.
You were talking about...
I don't think they were stone, man.
Rizzler distance between each other. I don't know, man. It's a bit far fetched.
I think you're talking about the charcoal.
But then aliens, man. Aliens is not far fetched.
Exactly. I think you're talking about the channel called Uncharted X. That's I think. I can't remember his name. He's an American guy. You see it's on Joe Rogan. I know who you're talking about, but because he's the one who
he's a British guy.
No, he's Australian. It's close to British, but no, he's an Australian guy. But
that's like saying Welsh is close to Irish. You'd be offended, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Colonials, whatever.
They're the real Gaelics around here.
But no, with the disc cutting, the fine cuts. There were tools that could go close to that back then. There were tools.
I mean, he was born then, Ben, so we know.
I was just going to say, were there, Dan?
No. What I mean is, we know there are tools around that era for 5,000-6,000 years ago. I'm not saying disc cutting, but they had drilling tools. It wasn't it was all hand cranked stuff. But there's also I can't remember his name.
I'm holding on for dear life here, Dan.
Go on. There's a guy who now today I'm talking, not today, it was like 6 years ago, and you can find him on YouTube. I can't remember his name. He created his own pulley system, and he lifted the exact same weight of rock on his own with his own pulley system.
Are you on about
that was one person? No, it's not. No, it's not Hacksmith. No.
He created a pulley system that could move a block from point to point.
Yes.
He didn't make a pulley system that could lift to the very top point.
That is true, but they had wheels, they had slopes, and they had a lot of men. This is what I'm saying. You have a lot. You know, if it's a 4-ton stone, it's heavy as fuck. It is.
Yeah.
It's really heavy. You get about 50 people pulling that. It's nothing.
I reckon I know where they actually did it. I reckon I know where they actually did it. I think it's quite a simple explanation. If you think about it logically, I think, right, they just got in half and then they put like a load of pink slime around it, and then they played "Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher," and then it just jumped there itself.
Yeah.
Boom, smashed it.
Ghostbusters 2 is a good film, but
Yeah.
no,
Possible.
I mean, truly, I don't think we'll ever know exactly how they did it. But I am in the camp that it was just a lot of people, a lot of manpower.
Built it upside down, dug down, right? And then what they did is they filled it. Do you know that shit that you'll know? You fill a hole with it, and then it's that expandable foam. Yeah. But then as it was expanding upwards, they kind of did this really fast with little Egyptian knives. These are the real workmen you're on about, Dan, that used to work with. The pyramids. They weren't just everyday slaves.
What about the carvings of like these UFO looking things?
I have the exact explanation for that, which has been proven, by the way.
Okay.
Ready? Are you ready? You're talking about like the helicopter and the Harrier jet, and the you're talking about that
The
stuff.
spaceship and the little green men,
Yeah.
Basically, what it is, and they figured this out, by the way, because they can see it in other parts of the temples and the pyramids and other parts of Egypt. The hieroglyph, which you are seeing, that's two different hieroglyphs carved at two different times. Like one was carved 7,000 years ago, the other one in front of it was carved 4,000 years ago, but because they're close together, through the thousands of years of erosion, they've eroded back where it looks sort of like a UFO.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No. That sounds so much.
That sounds like so much.
That is a hang on. So
bullshit.
Wait now. So wait. What you're telling me is that it's bullshit that erosion over 5,000 years.
I believe in erosion, but
right?
That's a t-shirt right there. I believe in erosion.
But two images that just perfectly eroded that ended up looking like a flying. I don't know.
That's the thing.
Why isn't somebody's eroded and then their face looks like they've got multiple hands? Well, they have got multiple hands, but
yeah, they have. But that's the thing though. You can either say, oh yes, it's a hieroglyphic of a 1980s space jump jet Harrier jet, or it's thousands of years of erosion. You can pick one of those two. It's up to you.
I just want to see Ben do a whole video reacting to erosion now and just come to the camera and go, chicken skin, mate.
But you were saying about two images.
It's basically someone, I'm going off top of my head. Someone 7,000 years ago has carved a load of hieroglyphics, right?
Yeah.
And then 3,000 years later, now 3,000 years is a long bloody time. Right? 3,000 years later, someone else has done another carving on the exact same spot 3,000 years later.
What, gone over his drawing?
Just gone over his drawing. Just gone over his drawing, essentially. Yeah, that's essentially what they've done. They've gone over the drawing for whatever reason, because there's a new king in town. He's like, I don't want that king's name on there, so I demanded you put something else on there. But he's made that carving. Then fast forward another 5,000 years. No, don't forget this. From that point, there's 7,000 years of erosion on both the hieroglyphs. And then it's just come down to a point when you get to our time, we equate.
You'd find an empty space. You'd find an empty space, wouldn't you? Someone's drew on there. I'll fucking draw on this empty space.
You can maybe do that down the council estate, but that's not the case on the pyramids.
Why didn't they order from Amazon Prime?
Yeah, but no.
Could have got some more rock.
No, but essentially then, that's all we're doing is from our time perspective, we are equating, oh look, that looks like a jump jet Harrier.
I think that if that was the case, I don't think any hieroglyphic would be... I think they would all be screw-if. I think
that's
they would
not...
all be a little bit like, what are we fucking looking at here? It's just be all lines and circles and...
No, but that's us assuming that every single hieroglyph was carved over.
So it's just the ones that look like helicopters that they painted.
I'm not just saying those ones; other ones have been as well. But those particular
I think
ones.
It genuinely
what
was
about if they wanted? What if they wanted to cover up the UFOs? So they said, like cover up those UFOs, draw something else on it.
There's that as well.
I think it definitely was a Harrier jet, and there is logic behind this. Hear me out.
Go on.
Right. So, who's most famous?
I'm so ready for Partl's logic. Yeah.
Who's most famous for flying a Harrier jet?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, and it's not Harry Potter either. Tom Cruise in Top Gun.
That wasn't a Harrier, was it?
It
No, it
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
Harrier.
It's a plane. They're not going to define, right? And Tom Cruise is in with who? Scientology. And in his past life, he was dropped into a volcano, which is pretty much a pyramid without a lid. While he was there was no orange juice inside. He's like, I'm going to draw a picture and jump on a sofa. He draws his favourite Top Gun plane. He's not a very good drawer because he's only small. He's got little fingers, like Jeremy Beadle.
With a mind
and
like
he draws
yours,
a little
Marvel,
picture.
how do you not believe in ghosts and goblins and gremlins and everything?
He does,
Why
though.
don't you believe?
He does. I think my explanation is sound. And I think it's been proven, actually, still. Yeah.
Wow, proven.
I was
it's
a
a
member of the
theory.
Jehovah's Witness for 2 weeks.
I think
and
I think it's a theory. Yeah, because also you've got like biblical pictures and stuff with weird things in skies and things like that as well, haven't you?
Yes, you have.
They painted over
Yes.
They painted.
No. Yeah, it's just someone's.
erosion.
That was just some kid's comic book 12,000 years ago, and they just painted it over. It's easy. But no, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and yeah, that is interesting. That is, there's paintings out there with people, on the ground and looking at a light in the sky, and
So
I don't know.
So do you think then that there could be these huge like resets where there was civilizations on Earth and things have all just died out, something happened,
I
and
don't
then
know,
we've
but
started all over again?
I don't know, but I love that theory, and I've heard
Yeah.
that theory so many times over the years. I actually love that theory because who knows? The Earth is 4.6 billion years
Yeah.
old. We've only been around for barely 1 million, 2 million.
Yeah.
Speak
So,
for yourself. I'm 37.
but no, that,
I saw a video, and I suppose I don't want to. Should I talk about it? Because I was going to make a video about it. I'll briefly talk about it.
yeah, just
It's
mention this.
it's quite far fetched, but
I'm so ready.
the conversation on dragons, right? So
Oh,
and,
go on, yeah.
and dinosaurs. So
And
there's a
RuPaul.
theory, there's a theory like that apparently dinosaurs only existed, and I can't remember exactly what time, but in the Bible and other documents, everyone talks about dragons.
Yeah.
And the reason why there are no dinosaurs now or dragons is because we killed them off.
You talk about King George killing them off. No?
No,
King-
no.
Didn't
King-
he
King
kill the
George
last
never
dragon?
He
found-
basically
No.
said he said it with like a particular bear. There was a huge bear
Yogi. Winnie.
years ago, and they used to be rife, right? They used to be everywhere, and then they became extinct because civilization was around that like brought up around that area. So every time they would see this bear, they would hunt it and kill it.
Yeah.
And so the same theory goes with these dragons stroke dinosaurs, that we actually killed the remaining dinosaurs.
I actually like that theory. I
What
know what
with?
you're talking about. I know
Because
what you're
if we
talking
couldn't build a pyramid, Ben, there's no way we're going to kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex, is there? I saw Jeff Goldblum running away for one for 3 bloody films.
Did you?
about. No, what I think you're talking about is that dragons.
But one thing is, dragons comes up a lot in all religions, all areas of the globe. In like documents in the Bible, dragons mentioned a lot.
Netflix.
Yeah, and yeah.
RuPaul's Dragon's Race.
But who's to say that a couple of thousand years ago, when the apostles wrote the Bible, who's to say that they didn't see dinosaur bones? And that's what they called dragons. Because you look at a dinosaur bone, in the dirt, and you don't know what a dinosaur is, and what it's called. You have no name for it, and then all of a sudden you come up with the name dragon.
Yeah, I told you, far fetched.
No. I actually like that. I'm not saying it's real or not, but I do like that theory because when the Bible was written a couple of thousand years ago, or whenever it was written, I don't know when it was written. Like I said, they could have seen dinosaur bones. I'm not saying living dinosaurs. I'm not saying living dinosaurs. I'm saying dinosaur bones. For whatever erosion, back on erosion again, or they dug somewhere. And they didn't have anything to say what a dinosaur was back then.
Yeah, but
So-
currently, but don't forget. So there's a lot of mistranslations. So while I'm not a religious person, I'm very up on my religion. So there's some common misconceptions in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible does it actually say that Mary was a virgin, for example. Yeah, most people.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's the translation. So Thomas Cromwell, Thomas More, 15th century, translated the Bible for King Henry VIII. Yeah, they had to do some literal translations and others that weren't translatable words. So the word, for example, Old Testament. You ask what's the forbidden fruit, everyone says an apple, but nowhere in the original scriptures does it mention the word apple. It just says fruit, but they translated it to become apple. Same with that, and I think it's a very, very similar thing. So you could actually have the point. Whereas, why would there be a word for something? Like for example, the word dinosaur could translate into dragon because dragon comes from draconis, right? Or draconis.
Yeah.
So just means being of darkness, and
Right.
So I would imagine along the two lines that you are absolutely right. It would be a naming thing.
Because there's that lost civilization as well in the rainforest.
The
in
Mayans or the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that have just got addicted to porn. Have you seen this?
Oh, I've heard about
Yeah.
that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so they gave them tablets
Oh,
and satellite link, and now
God.
they're just obsessed with porn. It took them a week.
I reckon it's Dan because he's been promoting the Hawk Turk girl.
It's right for years. They've just had loads of eroded pictures all up on each other, so everyone's got 5 boobs and a helicopter.
Yeah.
You make me wish I had 5 hands.
Can you tell I grew up in a really religious family? So my family were hyper religious. Like my great granddad was a preacher, my granddad was a preacher, my mother's sober Jewish, and I grew up in a really, really religious family. And then I got to the age of like 8 or 9, and rather than take on a religion, I became a little shit instead.
Right?
Yeah, and then I just kind of, because I like to question everything about it. I just kind of veered. I still have a lot of respect for religious people because I think there's a lot of hope in it.
Oh, me too. I absolutely.
I think there's so much like respect for them because if anything that gives somebody hope is certainly a good thing, especially nowadays.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should say that.
I'd never piss on that.
Yeah, well, this is exactly why, and it's still to this day. I think I spoke to you about it, Purple, ages ago. That because remember that video that I made when I got upset and I named it Hope. People were thinking that I was upset because people were making debunking videos. I was like,
no.
I was upset with the thought and the idea of people losing hope, and this is why a lot of people watch paranormal videos because they've lost people. They want to see people again. And to take away hope, would be a horrible thing to do to anybody.
Yeah.
And stupidly, I think I don't want to bring up old shit, but at the time, I wanted to sort of like have a at debunking channel, sort of like, well, hang on a second. If I'm so bad here, but what are you doing for people's hope? And I thought about it. I was like, okay, how am I going to... Because hope. And I started thinking about people. And I started getting like emotional thinking about it because I've lost people. In fact, it's coming up to 10th anniversary of my dad taking his own life on the 27th. So it hits hard with me, Yeah. But absolutely. Hope is something that you can never take away from anybody.
May I play devil's advocate, if I may, with that? Do you think there's a risk on the other side that if somebody was so hyper convincing and say someone was so hyper convincing and faking something, right? And they were a level of, do you know when you get like these overindulgent American pastors on TV that kind of take things a little bit too far?
Yeah.
But imagine if someone faked something and did it to that far where it became almost an enculation of people, like a cult following that believes so much that it was their final conviction of all they needed for why now I know I can do what I want to myself because I'm gonna have somewhere afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
That's what happened with Jim Jones, so stuff like that.
And
so,
I just think sometimes that there are people that teeter on. I think if like I've always been very, very open like with Dan with about like I couldn't give 2 shits if someone's faking a video as long as I love to see the technicalities in it. Like, I love to see little video editing tricks that I know about, and this is what kind of unified myself and Dan. But it's when someone would go to a level of overindulging in the lie, if you know what I mean. So the kind of saying there's whether they're saying there's churches involved and there's this and there's that and there's this and there's that and my family are being hurt and stuff like this. Like, I've had to have a conversation with a creator. Now, they admitted that they were faking the videos, and I said to them respectfully, I said, I've got no problem with you faking the videos, but please stop faking that your child is getting hurt in the videos.
Yeah, no, see,
that is really triggering. And with respect, he could come back, apologise, never did it again.
Yeah,
and I think
that touches a nerve with me, you see, because ironically, a video, my Monday's video, promoting going to see it, like, subscribe.
Yeah. Like, subscribe and all that.
There was it that video? I think it's actually the last week. There was a video of it was like a night vision camera in a room, and this sheet plus the baby jumps up and flies off and falls on the floor. And I was like, well, fucking hang on a minute, because the skeptic mind in me doesn't believe in, like, the ghosts, or mostly, I should say. I can only think that is either, which I don't like to say, the parents trying to make a video, which I hope to God that wouldn't happen, or it's fake, right? But the idea of it freaked me out. I just didn't like it. I actually made a great big song and dance about it. I was like, I don't. I think when you're playing around, and there's also another a Mexican.
I know you want about the one with the baby in the high chair and the young son.
Yeah.
He
genuinely looks scared for things. I'm like,
well, the kid is not going to know whether the parent is making a fake video.
This is it, and. So no, absolutely. Go back to what you said, Purple. That's far too much.
Right. I'm gonna have to start winding this down now, because we're over 2 hours now.
Shit, is it?
Just release it in 2 parts, Dan.
I might. I don't know. See what happens. But no,
you won't. You won't. Don't do 2 parts. Your views.
No, that's true. No, that's true. Yeah, 2 parts is enough.
Do it 4 parts, then there'll be 4.
No, it'll be out in 1. Right, I'm gonna have to stop it there now.
Yeah, no worries.
It's way past my bedtime and I'm hungry. Agreed.
You're always hungry.
Me too, man.
It's steroids, Dan.
It's no steroids. Not yet.
Cheers, guys.
You gotta wave. You gotta wave.
Mr. Chips
Bye.
wave.
There you go. Bye.